everyone and welcome back to the semifinals of the Airthings Masters, the first event of the Meltwater Champion Chess Tour. The pairings for the semifinals are Magnus versus Vladislav Artemiev and Nepo versus Andrei Sipenko. The first game we are going to be taking a look at Magnus versus Artemiev. Magnus opened with c4, Artemiev played e5. This is the English opening. Here black also goes for the Svenja to set up. Here white plays d4 and takes control of the center. And here both players will try to develop their pieces. Black also goes for d5 and takes control of the center. White plays c5, he decides to keep the position closed. Knight e4 by black. Here white plays bishop into e4. This bishop is important, but here after pawn takes, knight takes, this knight can jump on d6 and this knight is very strong. So that's why white gives up this bishop. Black plays knight f5 and defends this square and attacking on d4. Here white plays knight to c3, doesn't bother about this pawn because after takes he has bishop g5. And here some threats can come like this and white is strong. So white sacrifices the pawn for activity. Black doesn't take it, he plays bishop e6. Bishop to e5, he wants to trade the dark square bishop. b6, black wants to break the structure. b4, white keeps it solid. b into c5, bishop into g7 first, king into g7, and then d takes c5. So now these pawns are very strong. Black plays a5, white plays b5 here. He doesn't want to play a3 because then there will be two open files and black will get control of one. So he plays b5, c takes b5, knight takes b5, and after bishop d5, white's knights are very strong here. Rook e5, knight takes, pawn takes, and queen d4 pins the rook. Black plays f6, white gets its other knight on d6, and now no one can remove this knight. He gets this pawn, black offers a queen trade, white decides to capture more pawns. So here he attacks the rook, and white takes this bishop. Even though black takes this rook, he plays king g2, and now white has a very strong attack and he's still winning. And after c6, Artemiev resigns because knight d6 is a mate in one and there are a lot of threats and black cannot stop all of them. And Magnus played 3 games against Artemiev. He won 2.5 and he gets qualified to the finals. Now we are going to move on to Nepo versus Andrei Sipenko. Jan opened with e4. e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, and the Italian game. And this is the guy piano. He pins the knight. Black plays h6 and goes aggressive on g5. Here black's king is weak, so white opens the center. Black plays bishop a7 and keeps it closed. h3, h5, knight bd2, h4, and how much ever he pushes his pawns, there's not going to be much of an attack. White can easily defend it. Here white plays knight e3 and he's not bothered about these double pawns because white's pieces are very active here and they can attack on the king. Black takes e into d4, knight d5, black's queen has to move back and now white defends the bishop. d into c3, b into c3, black plays knight e5, bishop into e5, queen into e5, and black's position isn't that bad even after his king is open. He has defended well and this bishop is very strong and it's an equal position. Bishop f5, rook a8, and now white gets a chance to attack. Now black is the one who is defending it. White decides to move his king to f1, black plays c6, knight f4, black plays d5, white takes, bishop to b8, black tries to get his pieces on the king side and defend the king. Here black trades off the knight and now the attack has settled down, but still white has chances. And here white has a slight advantage, but it's mostly equal, and black does a big blunder by playing knight e4. Here you can't take this because your queen is hanging, and if you take this queen and exchange the queens, this attack will be settled down and you won't win anything. But here Sipenko totally missed queen into e4, which Jan played in the game, and Andrei Sipenko resigns because after rook takes, there is rook d8, and after queen f8, you lose the queen and the rook and you're a bishop up, and Nepo wins this game. So he also won 2.5 half against Andrei Stepenko, and he also moves on to the finals. And in the finals, Magnus Carlsen and Jan Nepomniachtchi will play against each other, and it's like the rematch of the World Championship match. But the time control will be 15 plus 10, so it's a shorter time control, and Jan Nepomniachtchi is very good at faster time controls. So it will be a tough fight, and we'll see who wins the finals. So I hope you enjoyed today's games, and I'll see you in the finals.